The federal government designated an area of ocean off New England for the development of offshore wind. It's a move that generated cheers from environmental groups, but questions from fishermen. The Bureau of Ocean Energy Management says the wind energy area is about 2 million acres off Maine, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire that range from 23 to 92 miles off the coast. The agency said the development of the area could potentially surpass state goals of offshore wind energy in the Gulf of Maine. However, a spokesperson for the Maine Lobstermen's Association says, quote, there are still too many unanswered questions about the impacts of offshore wind on the marine environment, commercial fishermen, and our fishing heritage, unquote. The announcement comes just days after the first commercial-scale offshore wind farm in the country opened off New York.